I'm Keith Olbermann, and this is The Resistance. We no longer have a president of the United States. We have an executive for dismissing facts he doesn't like and believing lies he does. We have a head of state of paranoia. We have a conspiracy peddler-in-chief. There are positives underlying this insanity, few but potent. Such a damaged personality cannot discern that while every new falsehood may bind to him more tightly those who already trust him, that they also inevitably drive more people away. Such a narcissist cannot realize that every time he invokes Russia and close ties and wiretaps and the intelligence services and investigations, he does not decrease, he only increases the chances that the investigations by the intelligence services of the close ties to Russia will not be about others, but will be about him. And such a messianic individual cannot fathom that his rumor mongering is so dangerous, merely to himself, that even the director of the FBI feels compelled to publicly get out his conclusion that Trump is lying. But these positives still sit under a pile of excrement, of radioactive waste, of what even a Republican senator correctly describes as a, quote, civilization-warping crisis of public trust. The immediacy of such a danger, the active crisis of fantasy-based reality in a president is obvious. Any man, no matter how immorally or illegally he achieved the Oval Office, is still, as Lincoln said, President of the United States, clothed with immense power. For the unthinking, the uneducated, the unbalanced who sincerely believe him, or who have chosen to, as if they have a menu of realities from which to select, a lie, a calumny, a slander, a preposterous fiction, is automatically less of a lie, less of a calumny, less of a slander, less of a preposterous fiction, just because he said it. Thus the flunkies, like the House Intel Chairman Nunes, and the bottom feeders of filth, like Fox News and Breitbart and Alex Jones and Mark Levin, line up to endorse and reinforce the lies. And thus the mighty engines of investigation with which Congress is clothed, or which the free press is clothed, is not turned on the obvious, gigantic, irrefutable, horizon-blocking truth that Trump and Manafort and Stone and Cohen and Kushner and Flynn and Sessions and Gordon and Page and Trump Jr. all interacted with the Russians in some nefarious way, great or small, during the campaign and after it. No. Those investigative engines are turned instead on a previous president and something there is no evidence he did, something there was never even a rumor that he did, something that has been propagated nationally by the paranoid in chief, without any substance, governmentally or journalistically, a desperate and manufactured slander designed as part of a cover-up of true and traitorous crimes, containing exactly the same amount of probability of truth as something that would have come to Donald Trump in a dream. That they will investigate. And now not even logic and motive are still necessary. Even on the 1 in a trillion chance none of it is criminal, Trump's connection to Russia is plausible, if only because the Russians wanted a president who would give them a free hand in Ukraine and elsewhere, and because Trump's desperate ego would let him pay any price, even the freedom of this country he falsely purports to love, to gain ultimate power for himself. But Trump's Obama claim? What is the theory here? What is the motive? What is the purpose? As Obama's former speechwriter John Favreau tweeted, Barack Obama's master plan: 1, wiretap the opposition; 2, gather damaging info; 3, say nothing; 4, let him win; 5, right off into the sunset. It is as nonsensical as Trump's claim of Democrats enabling 3 million illegal votes, all of them for Hillary Clinton, and none of them in the counties wherein 70,000 votes would have swung the election to her. There are paranoid, insane, unsupported conspiracy theories, but even they divide into the good ones and the bad ones. And the man holding the executive power of this nation cannot even tell the difference between them. He who has already sold birtherism conspiracies and vaccination conspiracies and inauguration crowd size conspiracies and illegal vote conspiracies and a carnage of immigrant violence conspiracies and 40% unemployment conspiracies, he has now sold the last president tapping his phone and stealing his secrets and doing nothing with the secrets before the election conspiracies. This is the immediate danger, the active crisis of fantasy-based reality into which Donald Trump has pushed this nation with his peddling of the ludicrous. But the true danger is Which insane conspiracy and which resultant crisis is next? Trump has already sold the gullible, the snake oil that ISIS is pouring across the nation's borders. Trump has already sold the stupid on the falsehood that immigrants commit virtually all violent crime and push virtually all drugs when an immigrant is in fact less likely to break the law. Trump has already sold the racist and the hateful that a then sitting president of the United States is behind the leaks from his administration, and now that he tapped his phone apparently just for the hell of it. What will Trump try to sell us next? What would stop him from announcing that there is a terrorist plot and behind it is a judge he doesn't like, or a newspaper he doesn't like, or a senator he doesn't like, or a religion or a race he doesn't like, or a member of your family he doesn't like? What would stop him from using that immense power to declare an imminent threat against an institution, a city, a state, the nation in whole, and this time not merely tweet, but act and close borders or detain critics or arrest protesters or suspend laws and liberties? What would stop him? Who would stop him? His enablers? His cabinet? His supporters? His political party? His FBI director? His conscience? His news sources? Nothing would stop him except removal from office. Resist. Peace.